How you doing, Duff here? I am assembling my DJI Phantom that I received for Christmas from Cindy. A very generous and nice Christmas gift. I'm going to walk through the assembly process. I looked at the book. I watched a video on DJI site, so it's not like you need me to show you how to do this, but I'm going to anyway. So here's a box that came in. Here are the various parts. The main air assembly right there. Number of propellers. They give you 6. You need 4, so they give you 2 spares. And then you have these landing skids, the radio, and the battery. Speaking of battery, let me show you how to hook this up, because I actually did this incorrectly at first. Okay, this is the charger that's included with the Phantom. You'll notice right there is the power connector, and when I first hooked it up, I just hooked up the power connector thinking that would charge it, and all I saw was that green light flashing, and it wasn't apparently doing anything. And that was because I didn't hook up the balance port. You need to hook up the balance port as well, which is this smaller white plug here. And it actually goes into the side of the charger. It can only go in one place. It would go in this middle hole. And once you have both of those hooked up, this little indicator will light up. It'll show 3S because there's 3 cells in here, and the charge light will go from flashing green to red, meaning it's charged or charging. And when it finishes, this light will be solid green. The switch on the left should be set to LiPo, which is the left position, and you can set different charging rates between 1 and 3 amps. If you want it to charge the fastest, you set it to 3 amps. Okay, I'm going to attach the skid plates to the bottom, so you just flip it over. This is the connector for the compass. You'll notice that these skid plates are slightly different. Here's one of them. Here's the other one. You'll notice that this actually has a little connector here because this is the electronic compass module. And when you mount this, you take the little connector, and there's a decent sized hole at the bottom. There we go. Okay, just took a little prodding. And you can see, there's a hole at the bottom of these skids that the cable goes through. There's a hole over there. And the other side, it's similar, but on this side you have this is the antenna, which will go through the holes in the bottom of this skid plate as well. So let me get these attached, and I'll just come back and show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, there's the landing gear with the compass. You'll see the cable is routed in between there, and then locked in position here. And over here is the other one. You can see the antenna wires that get routed up through that one. They supply you with some tape that you're just supposed to use to just tape these to the arms. So I'm going to do that next. Okay, you'll see the antennas are taped into place, and the wire for the compass connector as well. Okay, this might be hard to see. It's not really focusing in on that. On each shaft, there's a little arrow that's going in a certain direction. That arrow matches up with there's a similar indicator on the propellers. You need to make sure that you put a propeller that has an arrow that's facing the same direction as that motor shaft, because 2 of the propellers spin one direction and 2 of them spin the other, so it's very important to have those on there correctly. So I'm going to match them up and lock them down. Okay, that was a little confusing. If you look at the directions that come with it, it talks about a propeller that has arrows that indicate that it only goes one way. Well, the arrows in this prop, they actually go both. There's arrows that face both directions, one with a lock and one with the unlock icon next to it. And basically what that means is these motor shafts are threaded in a way that the props will only go on one way. These silver ones will thread on clockwise. These black ones will only thread on counterclockwise. So that's the way that you know that you have it right. And then once you have them on, you can use this tool to kind of grab this and just tighten it on. You just kind of do it hand tight. You don't crank it hard. The rotation of the propeller will actually tighten it up as tight as it needs to be. So that's how the props go on. Have my 4 batteries in my transmitter. 4 AA's. It works. Okay, we're outside. Before you apply power to the quadricopter and pretty much any RC aircraft, you always want to make sure the transmitter is on first and the sticks are down as far as they'll go. And now I'm going to hook up the battery pack. Okay, battery's in. When you get ready for your first flight with the Phantom, you're supposed to do a calibration of the compass. And the way you do that is you have to take this switch in the top right hand corner and move it up and down rapidly 10 times. And then this light should be yellow. It is. That light should be yellow. And you rotate the copter around 360 degrees. It should go green. And then you hold it face down and rotate it 360 degrees. And that light will go out when it's complete. Okay. This LED in the back of the Phantom tells you a lot of things. When it's flashing green like that, that means it's in GPS mode. GPS mode means it uses GPS satellites to help navigate and to keep itself steady. It's a good mode for beginners like me, so I'm going to keep it in that mode. If it's flashing red lights, that means that indicates how many GPS satellites it's locked into. If you see no red lights, that means that it's locked onto more than 6 GPS satellites, which means you should be good to go for GPS flight. So I think I have everything I need. I'm going to see if I can get it up in the air and just hold a hover. Okay, so you saw a brief hover there. That was super easy. I have a Blade MQX and a Sigma X1, like little mini quads, and wow, they're a lot harder to fly than this thing is. You just get it up in the air and it just holds its position. So I'm gonna mess around with it, but as you can see, that's the basics that you need to get this thing up in the air. It's very easy. It might have taken me about, I don't know, 10 minutes, and I'm flying. It's windy out here too. The thing was stable even with the wind, so that's pretty darn awesome. So anyways, back to flying. Duffman out.